any rule. If someone wanted to bring back slavery right now, is Islam okay with, like, is that okay? Islam?
Was it Bin Baz or Uthaymeen? One of the scholars was asked about, I remember there was an opinion about a conflict in which slaves could have been taken, and the scholar said no. Now let me just explain something very important. There is zero slavery in Islam. Slavery is zero rights. What happened in America when transatlantic slave trade and in Europe, they took these people, they killed them, they butchered them, they raped them, they slaved them, they mutilated them, they gave them no rights. A slave by definition has no right. Islam doesn't have slavery. Islam has something which is different, which is best to describe as bonded servant. In the Quran it says, if a slave wants their freedom and they want to work towards their freedom, give it to them. And in the Quran and the Prophet told us, treat people justly. The Prophet told us that the slaves should be eating the food that we're eating and they're wearing the clothes that we're wearing. That's not slavery. There was a man, he hit a slave. He felt bad, he went to the Prophet. The repercussion for hitting the slave was the slave was freed. This is not slavery. Islam has something different to it. Islam encourages freeing of slaves and the right treatment of these people. So Prophet's uncle Abbas, at one point he was a slave and he was freed. But I challenge anyone to show there's ever been one slave in Islam. Because a slave by definition has no rights. In the Quran and the Prophet say that slaves have rights. The Prophet forbade Muslim from saying my slave man or my slave girl, because the Prophet said you all slaves are God.